So, I've heard it said that you really like Back to the Future.
It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wouldn't argue with that.
Okay.
What if we dismantled it and made it like even better?
No, it can't be done.
Okay. Well, that's what we're doing.
This is United Aholes.
Welcome back to Area 41. Robert Zemeckis' favorite spot on the internet. Because, yeah, he was one of the best. Yo, bro, what are you doing? What's with the headband?
You'll find out.
Okay, so, as you've seen in the intro, you know what the story is. So go ahead, shred me, bitches. Oh, wait, before we do that, what do we want to ask these guys? If they were going to do anything to a movie, to this movie specifically?
Yeah, let's stick to this movie specifically.
Okay, so if you were going to mess with Back to the Future, change anything, alter
Just
anything?
the first movie.
Just the
Yeah,
We might have to do the second and third later.
So we don't want to hear your stuff on that because we need to have our own ideas.
That's right.
But anyway, down below, leave what you think would be a good edit to Back to the Future.
Or I would add, if there's another movie they feel that could get this treatment,
Oh yeah,
that
put
would
that
give
down
us
there too.
another
That would
movie
work as
to
well.
use later on.
Yeah. You can do that, and while you're there, click the bell button and the subscribe button and the like button,
And the donate button.
donate
and
and
the,
do all the things.
Yes, I did add the donation link
Oh,
to this
there
one
you
as
go.
well. So
Cool.
Perfect.
Oh, it won't be passed when this airs. Yeah, it won't be.
shouldn't be.
Cool. So anyway, on with the atrocity there's going to be. 'Cause I have a feeling that no one's doing this
Did you
because they
wanna-
think they can make it better.
Go over the rules, like what the parameters of.
Okay, so they're allowed to change three things: a plot point,
An actor
an actor,
and a line.
and a line. A classic line, I would assume, that you want to attack. All right, so you got three plot points or three things within the movie that you can alter. I'm going to go to Brent because I know he's just chomping at the bit to destroy me over here. So, what did you do to my favorite movie?
I dug deep. I'm looking to make you bleed, fucker.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to just hit you with the first big punch. So I've got them done in steps. So step one is the opening of the movie where Marty plugs into the giant amp and blows himself across the room. The resulting blast actually rips a hole in time and space. Enter Rick and Morty. Rick proceeds to ruin the movie, giving details of the plot and reminding the audience that you should never change anything if you time travel. The lawsuit by Universal Pictures against Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon for using characters from Back to the Future results in Rick and Morty show never seeing the light of day.
So you're killing everything.
I told you I was coming.
You're destroying my entire love.
Step two, roads. Where we're going, they still have those. But I wanted to give you a classic Hollywood ending, though, so that you'd feel a little bit better about yourself. So this is one of the most cherished things in Hollywood television. It's been used several times before, so I know you're going to love this part. Doc Brown wakes up back in November 5th of 1955 after hitting his head on the sink, and the entire thing was a dream.
So you new-hearted it?
Directed by M. Night
You destroyed
Shyamalan.
Rick and Morty. You're an asshole. And I have to pick one of these that I'm going to be watching. Is that the game at the end
That
of
was
this?
the theory, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
don't
The
think-
original is gone. You have to pick one of ours for the rest of your life.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna fare well in this competition, I don't think.
I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, it's awful. Roads where we're going, they still have those.
I laughed so hard when I wrote down, I'm like, I really hope that lands.
Oh,
It was funny. It was. Ryan.
Come to think of it, I didn't really improve upon the movie either. I kind of attacked Randy. So, first off, the actor changed. Marty McFly is now played by Vin Diesel because you've got to have a prominent actor driving
okay. Now I got to clarify because time travel apparently is a thing right now. Vin Diesel now.
No, Vin Diesel as a young man.
Has he been like 13 or 14 at that point?
Exactly. Well,
Sure.
he was in high school at the time, so there'd be a small age difference, but it would still be a young ass Vin Diesel. And the plot point, after he goes back in time, you know how he runs into his mother accidentally. Well, instead of him trying to avoid his mom,
He falls asleep.
We have to go full cringe. He actually chases after his mom, and she rebukes him time and time again.
So it's turned into MILF porn.
Yeah.
This is great. This is.
And then the line change, and this is kind of a stretch, but his music performance he does back in time, the Johnny B. Good.
Johnny B. Good thing?
It turns into DMX X gonna give it to you.
In keeping with the theme.
Brent, you're not doing bad. At least you got Rick and Morty in there. God, I can't wait to hear what Joey Trebone's got going on over here.
It's funny you should bring that up. All right. So, Back to the Future is your favorite movie, is it? All right.
The mics are behind you.
Yeah, Back to the Future, he said, Back to the Future, your favorite movie, huh? All right. That's what he said. I could get up and reenact it, but you wouldn't hear me say it either.
In this sci-fi classic, small-town California teen Marty McFly, played by Nevadius Demon Wilburn, a.k.a. Future.
The future, like...
Rapper. Is thrown back into the 50s when an experiment by his eccentric scientist friend Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd, goes awry. Traveling through time in a modified DeLorean car, Marty tries to assimilate by convincing fellow student Goldie, played by Donald Fullilove, to be his GJ and complete in the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, calling himself the Future. The future Marty can't help himself by getting caught up in all the hijinks of being back in high school. And all the while trying to help Doc get him back to the future, featuring the hit song, The Power of Love, by none other than the rapper turned actor himself. And it just so happens, I pulled some strings here at Area 41, and they sent us over an outtake of said new recording of song.
All right, ready? Ready, Future? I'm ready. All right, roll tape. Power of Love, take one. Yeah, this one goes up to all my Hill Valley peeps. Keeping it real and in the streets, yeah. One time. There ain't no loving in my gloving. Preheat ovens, I'm making muffins. And popping turds, and smoking dirts. Number one in my heart. See me rise above the charts. Hey you want some fun? I'm just another lover with the babies and the comes. And that's the power of love, do 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 do. The power of love, do 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 do.
What the fuck, man? How did you get the future? It was so good. That was fly. It slapped. God damn it. You guys all suck. All of you.
You want more?
Oh, you got more. You want to take another fucking swing? You think you can do better than what you've done?
All right, step one. Marty skates off to school to the song Girl, You Know It's True by Milli Vanilli.
Oh, wow.
Along the way, he breaks a wheel and walks boringly off to school while the entire song plays out. Twice. Step two, line change. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you build a time machine out of an AMC pacer?
Nice little title Wayne's World.
Step three, George gets a backbone after meeting Marty, and he beats the shit out of Biff every time Biff picks on him. As a result, Lorraine sees George as much too violent, so she ends up with Biff. Marty gets back to 85 in the exact same position he was in before, but now George is the bully, and Biff is his dad. In the last scene, Marty looks in the mirror and realizes he just looks like a younger version of Biff.
That's terrible as well.
All right, how do you make it better?
You don't. I told you guys it's perfect.
My line change was Doc looking at Marty. It's your illegitimates.
Will you give me one more try? Maybe this one will hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Song played at the end of the movie by Marty is Achy Breaky Heart. Step 2. Marty doodles on a piece of paper. The picture looks like Fry and Bender from Futurama. After the first episode of Futurama airs, the lawsuit by Universal Pictures against Matt Groening results in Futurama getting hung up in legal hell and never seeing any further episodes air. Step 3. Marty gets back to the future, but the lightning kills Doc in 55. Marty and the DeLorean arrive back in 85, only to fade away from existence due to the temporal paradox.
This is terrible too.
I'll have to try harder next time. I thought he was going to love these. I got in all of his favorite shows.
Now he has to pick one.
I'm going to give you the Rick and Morty one. I can't live without Futurama. I'm sorry.
And that's how I knew I was going to get him to pick that one, because Futurama was higher on the list than Rick and Morty.
Yours just didn't fly.
Oh, come on. I know you love Vin Diesel.
And I mean, you take the Back to the Future out of what Ken's laid out here. If you just made it a different movie, because you can make the same movie and just call it something else, I think you're on a hit. I think you're on something. You call it like, the future of the future or something, And
He invented rap.
it's true. I mean, we know that. All right. All reality, I don't think, in seriousness, that movie could be done any better than what it was.
I hope it never gets remade.
Well,
You know,
Zemeckis.
they've taught every 4 or 5 years now. You hear this little whisper.
They've
then
fought it
they
off.
petition.
Zemeckis and all them.
Yeah.
Like,
They can't win if they remake it, though. They can't win. Even they made it exactly the same with just newer CGI graphics and a new cast.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to complain, well, you didn't make a better movie. You just made the same movie.
Yeah.
Or if they do try and change it, then all the loyalists will say, well, you ruined it. You cannot win by recreating that movie.
That is one of those flash in time moments that a movie was made at the right interval, the right mindset. Although, I don't know if you noticed watching it back, I've noticed this before, but I didn't realize how in your face it was. The only complaint I have for the movie was the brand placement.
Yeah, it's there.
One could argue it
I
was the first movie that started the brand placement.
The dude in the Jeep with the Mountain Dew hat.
Yeah. But
Pepsi's everywhere.
But I'll say this then. Watching it back now, after having watched it back then, it doesn't seem as much in your face because I remember people having that hat. For me, it's more nostalgia. Like you used to look at that and go, "Oh yeah, that's what the Pepsi cans used to look like," and that's what. So it works better now than it did then because now it's product placement, but it's like, oh yeah, remember when stuff used to look like that? So it ages it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texaco. That was another brand,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Heavy.
Yeah.
There was a car brand, when I watched it back, I think it was all Chrysler products, besides the DeLorean and the Jeep.
Yeah.
Everything else, pretty much in any shot, is a Chrysler product. I thought that was one of those things like that's very interesting.
Yeah, but still, compare that to the Rookie where the first friggin' minute 45 was a Toyota truck ad.
True. No, yeah, I'm not.
That's in your face.
Yeah.
Nowadays it is, but for that time period, I still think it was
been,
still been a bit more in your face than any other movie that had come out. That would be the only thing I can really pick on in that movie that I thought was lacking. I mean,
Give me a Pepsi free. Free?
Yeah.
they don't even make Pepsi free anymore, right? And it's a well used amount of a lot, like that filming lot that Hill Valley sits in.
Yeah.
The fact that they could use it in that many different instances and keep it still true to that feel.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty well done piece. I do have an issue with the guitar amp scene, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, so it's starting to sound like it's not as perfect a movie as you said it was.
It's just one of the dials is mislabeled. That's
No.
all.
Geek over here in the corner and his mislabeled dials.
I mean, at least they labeled the dials and they use them properly, and there is some physics behind it, unlike Star Wars.
Is that the next one we're doing?
Ooh, we should. Although all I want to do with Star Wars is pick on the fact that they drop bombs in space and The lack of.
Yeah,
Actually, we should take Star Wars, redo it, and just make physics actually a thing.
Which one we starting with?
Oh,
In order of release or in order of timeline?
I'll leave that up to you.
So I take it we're
Aholes.
going after him next.
we're gonna pick one. We're gonna take the best one, according to the fan base. It means we're doing Empire.
Empire.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back will be the next one that we do for our movie teardown.
All right.
All right,
UA rewrites.
bring it.
You guys really own this one.
I see 3 or 4 movies getting made out of this.
Oh, absolutely. Like, start calling us Hollywood. We're taking the calls.
Well, there. Who's up for verse 2?
Oh yeah, spin it, future.